How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and today is a good day for Bitcoin and a bad day for fiat. Let me tell you, there is no depth to the swamp that is the festering pool of fiat currency. And as we move forward into this current predicament that the global economic situation finds itself in, I am one to bet that Bitcoin will prove itself. One thing is for sure, there are infinite dollars and there are 21 million Bitcoin. Let's watch this clip. Let's roll the clip. All right.
We will do whatever we need to do. You don't need to. Your ATM is safe. Your banks are safe. There's enough cash in the financial system, and there is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. We will do whatever we need to do to make sure that there's enough cash in the banking system. You don't need to. Your ATM.
Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Just seeing, I mean, the tables have really turned. I mean, we've got Dems voting against free money. We've got Republicans voting in favor of free money. Really, the tables have turned. And I think that the looming paradigm of digital currency has only reared its ugly head in the light of the current circumstances. It's only peaked the tip of the iceberg, and what we can expect to see moving forward is going to be nothing short of a biblical event. And my friends, banking on Bitcoin has never been, come on. Bitcoin is got probably the greatest advertisement going for it right now, and it's proving itself more and more viable even in the current circumstances, and it's very great to see. And it's a good time to talk about Cardano. It's a good time to talk about decentralized public blockchain, while everybody's at home and they're not at work, and they don't have their fiat supply coming through. And more notably, which I have been talking about in previous videos, and I will continue to talk about, is the number one looming factor is cash, physical dollar bills. Well, they carry germs. I went to the bank and they were spraying down the money with disinfectant. People are germaphobes now. People aren't, I was telling this story in the last video about when I went to go buy some Chipotle and I had to go and order it from the app. If this isn't all, if all this isn't the greatest advertisement for Bitcoin that we've ever seen, then I don't know what could possibly be. Bitcoin price turns bullish as traders fight to flip $6,400 to support. Bitcoin price peaked up today, rallying from 5,688 to a daily high at 6,600. The digital asset, I don't think people really understand where to place it. I think that it's one of those things that right now, I mean, the Fed's infinite amount of cash is the biggest argument for Bitcoin yet. The best advertisement, and really money couldn't buy an advertisement that great. Of course, it will be very interesting to see. President of the Federal Reserve Bank in Minneapolis said that the Federal Reserve has an infinite amount of cash in response to the worries over the stock market collapse. Well, there's no such thing as a free meal. So it will be interesting to see how all these things play out. Crypto remote job option amidst the current pandemic, global health sort of thing. Over 172 million Weeaboo users potential data is for sale on the dark web. That's funny. So yeah, it's sad, of course, too, but still. So let's see. Cardano. Just moving forward, I think that it's very interesting just to think about what the world is going to look like. Now, of course, while my sentiment might seem overtly bullish, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. This is such an unpredictable market right now. It's one of those things where we can't necessarily go so far as to, any sort of technical analysis. I don't think is that credible. As much as I always usually shit on technical analysis, especially being somebody who often does technical analysis. And I agree that it has some sort of viability, but I don't think. I mean, I think right now we've seen, of course, Bitcoin's taken more seriously in its asset class, and that it's performing alongside many of these stocks and so forth. But the fact that it's been able to, save itself from the pit of despair, much the same as we've been seeing all these other variables coming together, will be very interesting just to see, how all these different. Everybody out there who accumulated their Bitcoin, when we were seeing that, it hit that $3,000 level. It will be interesting to see. Bitcoin is a constant, immovable in the rushing stream of events outside it. I love that, and I think it will be interesting to see just how we witness a lot of these different events transpire, and of course how we see a lot of these different things. I like this tweet right here. Just a theory, but people probably aren't going to buy Bitcoin when they get fired and are forced on where meal is coming from. That's true too. I mean, in part and partial, we have to understand a $6,000 Bitcoin is actually more expensive now because money is harder to come by. For those of us who have been accumulating, well, the money was good. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it is sad to see. But still, at the same time, it's why we hodl. When times people are so willing to store away toilet paper. I didn't buy any toilet paper. I've been sitting here with a muddy butt and a freaking USB full of BTC. And I think that should be a quote that goes down in history when we see people will think of us as legends, those of us who are able to accumulate at these levels. And it'll be very interesting. It's another big advertisement for Cardano. Another big win for the digital currency paradigm shift as it continues to happen. And it will be very interesting just to see how all these different things continue to manifest themselves in an age where where we're actually seeing. All these different, small businesses and stuff. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. Hardworking people all around the world completely crippled by all these different things. But anyway, so Bitcoin has been firmly acting as a risk on asset over the past several weeks, with its price closely tracking the movements seen by the U.S. stock market. This has invalidated its status as a safe haven asset and has made the benchmark cryptocurrency prone to seeing massive near-term downside, although BTC has been moving in tandem with the Dow Jones S&P 500 and other benchmark, the trader and highly respected analyst is now noting that he believes investors should view Bitcoin, gold, and other precious metals as catastrophic insurance policies. And of course, it's going to take. It's a sentiment that I don't entirely agree with the nature of the article, but the underlying sentiment does bear striking resemblance to the Bitcoin ideology that's currently pervading. And I think that it is well within its right to be respected in that same notion. And I think as we see things continue to develop, as we see cryptocurrency really coming into its own, yes, my friends, I think that, those of us who are watching the market develop right now, I mean, there's plenty of people who are pouring their money into stocks, but if you ask me, stocks are only going to continue to plummet. And I think that cryptocurrency will remain relatively stable and be seen as a safe asset if you do in fact want to ask me my opinion, which I know only few people do, but I'm glad those of you who do appreciate my sentiment do. But of course, remember, I'm not your dad, I'm not your financial advisor, only making this video for entertainment, educational purposes only. Make sure that you guys do your own research, do your own due diligence, as this market is extremely high risk and highly volatile. But it will be interesting just to see how all this stuff continues to play out. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments down below what your perspective is. I'm always interested in hearing your own opinion. And yeah, let's get this crypto. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Definitely leave a comment telling us what you think. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's healthy. Hope all of you are doing well, in these trying times. But I will see you guys in the next video. Let's get this BTC. Have a good one.